All right, we're a little irritated because we just did a video and the thing messed up. And we had to start all over again. So we don't mean to come to y'all like that. What's happening, family?
Yeah. This is my lovely but sick wife, Aiyana.
And this is my awesome debonair husband, Ayize. Let me read it for him this time, sweetheart. We're trying to move the...
Hold up, man. Hold up. I read it last time. And now you going to try to read it this time? Are you trying to say something about the way that I read it last time?
No. You said, let's try to be expeditious with this. Let's try to move through this quickly. And sometimes your eyes don't quite, get along with the words on the screen. Hello, family. I'm a 25-year-old man, and I have been dating my lady who is 28 for 3 years. We have been through a lot in these 3 years. Long-distance relationship and relocation together to another state, a long way from home, to name a few. I love this woman and her 4-year-old daughter with everything that I have. She's a good mother. She's a hard worker. She's fine, and she cares for others. My concern is her health. Throughout our entire relationship, she has had some womanly health issues that doctors can't help with. She is also a cigarette smoker. Before I met her, a woman who smoked was unattractive to me, but she was the exception. I recognize her will to quit and have witnessed all of the different attempts at doing so. I give her encouragement as well as tell her my concerns about her health and the health of my future children, should we have some. Oh, he has "my" in caps. Okay, I guess they're just yours. She ain't got nothing to do with it. I am increasingly growing impatient with the smoking and feel resentment toward her because sometimes I feel as though she's negatively impacting the health of my children, and they're not even here yet. I expressed to her that when she takes a moment to go outside for a smoke, that is a short time of happiness flatline for me, and it lingers until I don't think about it or can't smell it. This, coupled with the other health issues, doesn't get me excited about getting married and starting a family of my own with her, and I don't want our future children to be exposed to that unhealthy lifestyle. I am strong and confident in how I want to lead my family as the man, and this is the one thing that is not and was not in the picture. Well, I can respect his clarity.
Yeah, I do. I mean, one of the questions that I have for you is, can it be in the picture? It's not to say that she doesn't have the ability to change, but if this is who she is right now, and depending upon how long she's been this way, there's a possibility it may be
what she's doing, not who she is.
It may be extremely hard for her to make the change that she needs to make you happy. What I would encourage you to do is to really ask yourself, to what degree does this matter to you? I mean, it seems like it matters to you in extremely high amount. But at the same time, so are you willing to sacrifice and accommodate her while she's attempting to make the transition? Now, you speak about your children not being born yet and you wanting them to be entering into an environment or entering into the world in the most healthy environment as possible. So her womb, yes, it sounds to me like you want her womb to be as healthy as possible for your unborn children. But the reality is that it's her body. It's her body. She has to make her own decisions. And while you all are maybe in the future in the process of actually bringing children in the world together, the reality is that, again, it's her body. It's her decision. And can you live with somebody who decides to... Can you live with somebody who decides not to make the change that you want them to make?
And she doesn't appear that she has decided not to. You said that she's made several attempts, and that he's encouraged her. You've encouraged her through that, so you know that she's wanting to do better. And I just want to...
It may not show up when he wanted to show up, though.
Right, and so I kind of think, I wonder, you say I'm growing impatient with this. This has to do, I mean, certainly we understand the fact that smoking is a bad thing. It's unhealthy. We know that it's not good. I really love and honor the fact that you want your children to come into the world in a healthy environment. But look, bro, they're not even here yet. So let's just deal with the real deal. They're not even here. Why are you focusing on them? It's kind of like,
don't minimize the significance of it, though, because he wants the best situation for his children.
I understand that, but I guess what I'm saying is that she's trying. She's trying. She's a hard worker. She's caring. She's fine. She's a good mother. She's all these things, and yet she's like, I'm growing impatient.
It's not good enough for him.
But my concern and my caution to you, and my caution to a lot of us in relationships is that we oftentimes think that we say, oh, I know it's not going to be perfect. I'm not going to have the perfect person, but I can't deal with this. But we have too many conditions, and I'm not saying that smoking isn't significant, but what I am saying is that you don't have someone who's saying, look, I've been smoking for 20 years, it's not going to change, so get over it. She's trying to change, so that's a good thing, that's positive, and I just want to caution us to not jump to a place of saying, you know what, I can't deal with this, because you gotta understand that whoever you're dealing with, whether it's going to be her or someone else, they're going to come to the table, they're going to bring something that's going to challenge you. And it's going to challenge you not in a little way, but in a major way. And I think that sometimes,
addictions don't disappear overnight.
People think that I know that I'm not going to get a perfect person,
Mm-hmm.
but I want whatever the issue to be kind of medium, like small.
Yeah, it should be a different issue.
You know, I don't want it to be that though. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is that whatever you get with the person who you end up being with, if you're in a committed relationship, there will be a major challenge that they will bring. There's no couple that I know that's not in a committed relationship that is not experiencing a major challenge. So I just want you to understand that, because if you don't want this one, just know that whether it would be her or someone else, you're going to have another major challenge. So you can't tap out on that one too. You understand what I'm saying? You got to figure out, you know, yeah, this is important, but at least, you know, let's look at the strengths in the situation. She's working towards it. At least she's got, you know, this, and this. I tell people all the time, you got 10 things that you're talking about this person who you love. 10 things that are great, and there's one thing that's not good. And you're ready to give up the 10 things for the one. And sometimes it is, and sometimes it is. It can be that big. But I just want to say that you talked a lot about the strengths of this young lady. You talked about the fact that she actually is trying to change and she wants to. And I think that you got to pay attention to that. And lastly, what I will say is this. You said when she goes outside to smoke, that is a happiness flatline moment for you. You know, flatline, y'all, for those who are listening, you know, when you're in the hospital, it's like, dude, like, for real, that's you. That ain't got nothing to do with her. She can't do all of that. So you got to regulate yourself a little bit more. What do you know about yourself that, you know, not being able to kind of have it like you want it, and then seeing her do that is kind of really take you to another place? That's not the only time you go to another place. You probably that type of dude. You're that type of person who, when you can't have it just like you want it, you know, it gets you more and more upset because it's not the way you pictured it. You said, I didn't picture it that way. And no one should be able to get you to that level of disturbance, okay? And she shouldn't have to carry the weight of trying to overcome an addiction, okay? It is a physical addiction, and have to deal with the stress of having to carry your happiness on her shoulders while she tries to get this cigarette monkey off her back. That's too much. So you want to just be mindful about that. So at the end of the day, you have the right to say, I don't want to be with a smoker, and the health implications are too much. But I just want to caution you that when you drop that one and you go to the next, there'll be something else that's presented to you. You cannot think that that's, you know, like, I got to find the one who doesn't give me all that. They're going to give you something, one way or the other.
Significant. Some things are more significant than others. Some things linger longer than others. And when it comes to this whole addiction piece, it probably will be around for a while. I mean, I would probably bet, if I was to bet.
You don't know.
I mean, it probably would be. I mean, because if you just think about it, people who attempt to...
Keep talking.
People who attempt to stop smoking, I mean...
They relapse.
Yeah, you know, so again, you'll probably find yourself dealing with this for a long time. So are you willing to deal with this? You know, and again, my wife, she brought up a very good point. Look at yourself, because, again, what she's doing should not be able to impact you the way it's impacting you.
All right, we hope that this has been of help to you. I just want to say this. I love the fact that you said, I'm a strong, confident man, and I know how I want to lead my family. If you remember that you can be a leader by modeling what it is you want to see, and that you can pay attention to your own health habits, and you can do those kinds of things, that can be more powerful than any judgment you give your partner. You know, any kind of passing judgment that you can give them, that's the most powerful thing. Think about that. Marinate on that. Meditate on that. And in the meantime, stop playing and start pushing.